All right, survivors, time to get back into the Nightmare Zone, episode 102. And today we are going to be moving into the new map. We're going to be going into Drucker County, and we're going to be moving into, what base was it? Knight's Family Drive-In. Yep, Knight's Family Drive-In. I realized that I probably need to ask people what base I should move into a little earlier because I'm recording this and I haven't even made episode 101 public yet. So I'm going to be moving into the base before I even get to read the feedback of what base I should move into. But anyways, we still need to live in this base anyways, the Nightmare Zone, just so we can try all the bases out. It's taking such a long time to actually get the data needed, because I know people want these Nightmare Zone guides and whatnot, where I reanalyze the order on things, but I gotta live in all the bases first before I can really give an honest opinion on what I think about them. So, final preparations before we go. The first thing I want to do is just get all of these vehicles repaired. Let's call a few of these in and get repairing. But that's that's something that I'm actually kind of frustrated with. I think, like, what are the mistakes I've made on the channel? And I think in hindsight, one of the things I should have done is create a second Nightmare file that I play on my own time. Maybe I would actually play that. Wow, 3 repair kits just to get this up? Jeez, expensive, 150 parts or so. But I want to get everything fully repaired. Let's go ahead and use some of the nicer ones too, because we have a few available. We double check to make sure this is... Okay, it's fully repaired. I wonder what it'll use first. Okay, use the good one first. Well, we don't want to use another one of the good ones, so let's put this back. Now we can polish it up with this. As I was saying, yeah, that's one of the things that annoys me. In hindsight, I could have done that a lot better, and I could have got the Nightmare Zone recommendations out way earlier where they were more relevant. I mean, I haven't even done any of them yet, and that's because I can't make recommendations if I haven't actually done it, and I think the best way to accomplish that would have been to create a second... Okay, good. Everything is fully repaired. Put this in here, put that away. Change characters. But yeah, maybe I should have got my second account and made another Nightmare Zone just so that we could actually test that stuff way more efficiently, and I could have made Nightmare content on guides and whatnot when it was more relevant. And I mean, like, I still think there's relevance to Nightmare Zone, but like I said, Save Decay has been in a bit of a decline, so the relevance is quickly diminishing. So the next thing we need to do is we need to... Mackey's going to be the guy who actually goes on the mission, so let's prepare him. He's going to be using... Let me scroll back to the top. Ammo. Echo S2. He will need a pyro launcher, which is all the way at the bottom of the list. Okay, now we need to, like, de-equip the Chaos Emeralds from everybody, because I'm gonna go and say that probably wasn't a super smart idea. It was not secretly brilliant. Like I said, I wasn't sure if it would be a good idea or not, just because I've never actually done it. That's fine if he uses the Dev Grew. But I think we could say, with decent certainty, that it wasn't secretly a brilliant idea. And that's simply because they're just so wildly inaccurate with it that they're just as likely to burn themselves and cause damage to themselves, cause damage to you. And then, honestly, like, once they start setting those armor zombies on fire, it's like I said, it's like they're fire enchanted. They're just constantly burning, and they're actually kind of a pain to deal with. It was still pretty fun, though. Maybe I should have equipped them all with Starshank launchers. Yeah, this will be the final character. I think I'm gonna have him use the Eternal Guard since we now have a second one. That way we've got one guy with an Eternal Guard and one guy... There it is. This is the one that just has a suppressor, so let's use this one. I guess we might as well attach a brake to it as well, since he'll be using it for base defense. Might as well eke out a little more firepower out of it, even though it is already a pretty powerful gun. Yeah, I mean, it's practically maxed out as it is. Maybe instead we should put a silencer on it, actually. I mean, it's not going to matter when the BFGs are also shooting. Yeah, let's just use the... Okay, I guess it's fine that it's occurring right now, because maybe it won't occur when we move. Or maybe it will, maybe it won't matter. I guess we'll find out. Let's use this. It's one of our better weapons for a change. So we're starting to run low on energy drinks. Makes me want to pick up somebody who has knowledge of cooking so that we can actually restock.
Let's fucking fight him back!
Ah, yes. The familiar sound of a whole bunch of people shooting BFGs.
Get that?
I love how they always freak out about, like, oh my god, like, we might not make it. This siege, it might be too much. Even though just organic zombies moving towards the base are more of a threat.
Hold the line. We can do this.
What's this guy's shooting skill? It's weapon handling. This guy really needs gunslinging. If this guy had gunslinging, he would be perfect.
Can't do it.
One thing I really like about State of Decay 2 over State of Decay 1 is the shooting. The shooting in State of Decay 2 is a lot better, with the exception of not having the slow motion ability. Focus aim, I believe it's called. Focus aim is an amazing ability. But for just general usage, I think State of Decay 2 definitely has the better gunplay. Egan's body. Still there. Still taking a nap. Hasn't woken up yet. Yeah, he's hibernating. Still not gonna loot him, though. Gonna continue disrespecting him. Hey, there must be a zombie inside. Okay, yeah, there was.
Of course we fucking survived. It's what we do.
This is the same guy who's like, oh, we might all die here tonight. You understand? It's the same guy who says that. Like, get out of here. Okay, Drucker County. We don't even need to clear these infestations since we're leaving. I probably should refuel, actually. Let me do one last thing before we leave. We made a ton of fuel, so it's not gonna matter.
Nothing like a job well done.
Okay, now we can make sure everything's in order, teleport that back to base, and we're ready to go. Off to Drucker County. Looks like we already had it marked last time. Goodbye, Egan. I don't really remember too much about you besides that I taught you construction, or taught you something, and you learned construction, and then that was not good enough for me. Off we go. Set to Nightmare Zone. And what about Nightmare Zone? You know, I still, up to this very day, have not tried Dread Zone. I only play on Standard and Nightmare. Now, I know a lot of people prefer Dread Zone because it takes an amount of the tedium away from Nightmare Zone. I feel like I've played Nightmare Zone so much that it has kind of become the standard zone for me now. It's become... I mean, I'm not saying that Nightmare Zone is easy. It can easily kill you if you are getting a little out of control. Even when I'm doing stupid things, I still have kind of a backup plan in the event it gets too stupid. But overall, I think I've played Nightmare Zone so much that it now feels kind of like the baseline difficulty for State of Decay for me. Which, if they make State of Decay 3 where it only has one difficulty right off the bat, and it's really easy, that's going to be like... That could be a bit disappointing, just because like I'll be super used to the higher difficulty.
Not bad. We'll be up and running in 2 shakes.
Okay, so first we need to park that car where this one is, otherwise it will not be towed with us. Look at that Juggernaut right off the bat. Oh man, this thing does not have good turning. There we go. Alright, so we're off to Mike's, not Mike's, we're off to the drive-in theater, which is somewhere over here. I don't think it's there exactly, but it's in that general. We'll find it when we get there. One of those things where I don't completely remember it. So we've already got a hostile enclave. Got a bunch of ferals right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to swing by that hostile enclave. Like we're going to do some reconnaissance on the way wherever possible, just scouting and revealing things. Which is why I'm not driving at full speed. For some reason, you can't reveal buildings very effectively when driving at full speed. Definitely a frustration. I like that it's nice in the morning time, though. See that now that I slowed down all those things, and we were well in range to reveal them as well. Oh my god, you know what the thing just hit me? Since we're out of Cascade Hills, it means we can actually use 2 large facilities again, and that means I can pick between which large facilities I want. Yeah, how are we doing? Okay, we revealed that. Let's go swing by our grumpy neighbors and see what they're about. Maybe I'll honk the horn a few times and just let them know that they've got some new... Let them know they've got some new neighbors. Hey, how you guys doing? Got some new neighbors. Just wanted to introduce myself. Oh, I see. It looks like you guys have moved in next to a plague guard.
These plague hearts makes my lungs burn.
Oh, it's not the house. They moved into that shack. They moved into the shack. Wow. Why would they move into a shack when there's a perfectly good house over there? Beats me. Look at that. Ammo location preluded. Get out of here. What a bunch of garbage. That ammo location's not looted though. Got ourselves a police station. One thing I'll say about Drucker County is I like the way it looks. I like the visual appeal. I don't know, it's got this dusty, dry feel to it. And I live in a very humid state and I hate humidity. Okay, we found ourselves another plague art. I don't want to reveal this just before we go. There we go. What if we... Nah, let's go this way, because we're going to swing through here anyways. You know the drill in these episodes. We got to reveal all the stuff so that we know where everything is. Very nice that it's nice in the morning as well. Definitely enjoy that. Oh man, when I've been playing State of Decay 1 Lifeline, oh my god, it gets super dark in that game. I forgot how dark that it gets in State of Decay 1. I don't know if it's quite State of Decay 2 tier darkness, but it gets really dark indoors. Outdoors, you still have the light of the moon, and the moon actually does a pretty halfway decent job of illuminating everything, but oh my god, indoors, it is like so dark, you cannot see anything. And like I said, that's one of those things I just don't know. I don't know if I think darkness is a good idea or a bad. I'm in a love-hate relationship with darkness. I'll put it that way. Got ourselves that clinic. So I'm recording 4 episodes today because I got a lot of stuff to do. And like I said, I've been trying to have Sundays off, but I also need to start working on additional videos again. Like, I think it's time I get back to doing guides. Because the guides are what get really some of the guides get tons of views. Like, it's crazy how many views some of the guides get. Even though they do take a long time to create. Okay, so here we are.
Locked.
Wait.
Figures.
There we go. The one that freaks me out is that, so in reloading in State of Decay is left trigger plus X, and in State of Decay 1, it's left trigger plus Y. Oh yeah, that's right, I gotta reveal the area completely. Forgot about that. Of course, it screams. Means we might have some additional guests. Although I guess I'm the guest right now, technically. Now we gotta check this room. And then we gotta check the upstairs room.
Locked.
Oh, we can unlock it. I said unlock it. There we go. Oh, there's one beneath us too. Did I not? Oh, okay.
Gotta stay frosty. Zed's nearby.
Now we can claim it. For 1,500, we get the drive-in theater, 4 parking spaces, gate tower, an employee bathroom, and a concession kitchen.
At least the rent's
At least the rent's cheap. I don't know about that now. It does require a lot of resources to maintain these places. Let's get this repaired, obviously. Let me climb up something so I can't be attacked.
Watch out, I saw a plague zombie.
I just want to snipe somebody, because this is such a great lookout position. Okay, let's start. Storage needs to be upgraded. That's one of the first things we need to do. One indoor slot. No, these are all indoor. Well, no, they're taken.
Use a little help.
Only one large facility, so that process of elimination says this will have to be the trade depot. What are we gonna build? Let's set up Red Talon Workshop. And let's set up an infirmary. Those are things we always need. While that's happening, we are going to make sure all our vehicles came. Wizard van, broken trekker. Yes, all the vehicles came with us. And now it's time to continue on. I think this base looks super cool. I really like the visual appearance of it, but I didn't give it a very good rating. And that's simply because the positioning of the base isn't very good. And the bonuses are just kind of like, eh. They're very niche.
That's another big step forward for us.
It's more like he ran into the car and died.
Until we build more storage, we can expect more supplies.
Oh, no,
to get
more
moved.
stuff. Here's that military base. You know, something that a lot of people have wanted is a military base that you could actually claim and move into. This looks like a artillery base, and they've infested a... Oh, there's a military truck. Makes sense. I mean, military truck at the military base. Come on. Oh, do I gotta get closer? There we go. Squish! Oh, I thought I squished him. But I failed! I failed! Okay, there's nothing over by the lake. At least I don't think there's anything by this lake. You know, I've never actually driven into that lake. You know, I don't think they hid a collectible in that lake. You'd think they'd hide a collectible in the lake. Just seems like a place that you'd want to hide collectibles or the rare weapon caches. The best thing about using Mackie for our reconnaissance is that since, you know, we gotta drive all over the place, we're gonna save a lot of fuel by using Mackie. Let me tell you what I think of the speed limit. They even reveal some of those kind of miscellaneous areas. One of the things I've been thinking about is, what does State of Decay need? I mean, we've seen the wish list, we know what we need, but I think at the fundamental level, one of the things State of Decay needs is a new DLC. And I think it can be paid. I think it can be a $10 DLC. But it needs to not be like Daybreak or Heartland, as in, it needs to not take you out of the game. It needs to be a DLC that's entirely focused on expanding the core game. Like what I'm doing right now, the primary game mode of State of Decay 2. The last time they really expanded, I mean, I guess technically the Bounty Broker, but the Bounty Broker is like temporary content. Got our plague jugs. They need something that adds in a lot more. Basically, they need to dump a lot more sand into the sandbox, so to speak. And I don't know what that could be. Obviously, a new map is an option. I think another good idea would be a new leader type. By itself, it wouldn't be enough. Like, if they just added a new leader, a 5th leader, I think that would just be okay. I mean, it would be good, but if they just added it by itself, I don't think that would be good enough. So someone had an idea of what they should add as a brand new leader, like, because each leader kind of represents a different strategy to surviving the zombie apocalypse. Like, would you be a warlord who, you know, crushes his foes with, you know, might and collects like an arsenal of, basically like the, kind of like the, I mean, the Wilkersons are kind of a hybrid between a warlord and a traitor, because they're not strictly crushing everybody with their military might. They're also wheeling and dealing. They're more like a mafia. But that's what the leaders are supposed to represent, and someone had an idea that you could have like a psychopath as a leader. Some guy who's like nutty. I think you could take that idea and refine it a little bit, like, or make it a bit more specific. I think what they could do is basically have a leader who's like a religious zealot, like a doomsayer, who's like some guy who founds a religion. And so his building would be some type of like shrine or some type of like whatever church or whatever you want to call it, like some type of house of worship. And it would be this guy who basically gets people to join and turns them into like a religious cult. Because that's something that I could certainly see happening in a zombie apocalypse. Something like, you know, it takes every kind of person to lead. Alright, we should be able to...
We've heard unconfirmed reports that at least 2 of the Hawaiian Islands are Zed-free. If any islanders out there want to confirm, please call in.
This has to be a garden, I think. Let's remove this. This has to be a garden. This is probably going to be the Red Talon Watchtower. What, can I not do it? There. And that'll be the infirmary on the inside. Oh, looks like that feral heard me. But that would be a pretty cool idea. You know, there's your question. Question of the day. If you could add in a 5th leader, and like I said, the leader needs to be less of a specific person and more of a paradigm. You're thinking of somebody like, what would be your archetypal strategy for surviving the zombie apocalypse? Like, the builder's strategy is they're going to build like the ultimate fortress, the ultimate zombie fortress. That's going to act like a lighthouse, basically, like a place where people can go and survive. The trader believes in revitalizing, working together. Like going out scavenging and trading your goods. Okay, up ahead is that area with all the materials. Probably should just make a outpost there while we're here. Because I already know I'm going to want an outpost there. The sheriff is someone who believes in helping people establish law and order, trying to, in some ways, bring society a little bit back to the way it was. And then also think of like State of Decay 1. If you watch the Yosei series, you've got the Wilkersons. They're kind of like a mafia. I think that could be a leader type, a mafia. I mean, I don't know how you would differentiate it from the trader in an interesting way. I mean, you probably could. I'm certain you could.
Something about this place is ass-kicking outpost. Can't do it.
Okay, let's get ourselves an outpost.
Say hello to your new outpost. Thank you, Santa.
I just had an idea. Maybe they could add in a network leader.
I guess it's kinda useful.
Or a Red Talon leader. There's something that they could have done. Let's do that last. Grab these building materials while we're here. Set up our first outpost. And we got double rucksacks. Very nice. This area has always been really generous with rucksacks. Probably should refuel while we're here. We can go a little further. Squeeze a little more fuel out. But yeah, they could add in a Red Talon character, or a Red Talon leader. They could add in a network leader. I think that would be pretty neat. They could have their own different benefits and bonuses and whatnot. Yeah, I think a character like the Wilkersons, like a mafia type of leader, I think that would be pretty good. They could add in like a communist leader, someone who wants to basically like, oh, now is the chance for the revolution to succeed. You know, now that the power base and the superstructure has been offset by the zombie apocalypse, it's the perfect time for us to live with one in nature as a commune. Like, yeah, I could easily see that. You could have like a fascist leader, which probably is similar to the warlord. Although a warlord doesn't really need a specific political paradigm, like one that is easily defined. So you could still have a fascist leader. Like there's different things you could do. There's definitely different leaders that they could add, and I think that would make the game a lot more interesting, especially because you would have more large buildings to construct, and with more large buildings to construct, there would be more of a debate on what you should build. I can't remember who suggested the idea, but I also thought it was a pretty good idea that maybe leaders can evolve just like ability skills can. Like, you know, if you have mechanic, you can either evolve it into auto mechanic or engineer. Like, I thought that was a pretty cool idea.
We've got goods.
Wandering trader, oh, all the way back at home? Well, we'll drive through the center and continue revealing everything, and then we will go see what those guys have for sale. Speaking of things for sale, apparently... Yeah, so I need to go basically up through here and through there. And we also revealed another hostile community. Man, so many grumpy people. I just forgot that I have a fuel can on me already. Put that away. So we've nearly revealed everything. I mean, we're making great time too. It's like maybe midday at the worst, at the latest. So making great time. Splat that guy for no reason other than that I am a jerk. I think what I might do in this, while we're here, since we have two hostile communities, I might go and try to shoot it out with any weapon of my choice besides a 50 caliber weapon, and just see what it's like to shoot it out with enemy hostiles, just in general. Because I just never do that. I don't like shooting it out with hostiles. I think it's just so much better to use the bloater gas grenades. But you know, I'll try out. I'll probably use the Eternal Guard on them. Speaking of what I mentioned earlier, the Chaos Emeralds. Apparently, some people thought that I was being serious about that, and that they added Chaos Emeralds. They added Chaos Emeralds into the game as like an obtainable item. I guess to me, it's a little surprising that people have not heard of, you know, the legendary Chaos Emeralds of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Some just got better.
That's where they come from. They come from Sonic the Hedgehog. It was a huge... I mean, it still is a meme. The Chaos Emeralds are still a big meme. But in particular, there was a meme. Oh, you mean the Chaos Emeralds with Obama saying it? I don't know. I don't remember who created it, but it's I think the meme's a little over 1 year old. It's not a super new meme, but it's not a super old meme either. And it spun off its own, you know, similar memes. Sonic the Hedgehog has always been a meme, to be completely honest. Okay, let's construct the base a little bit. Build. This doesn't need to be built. What was I gonna build here? An infirmary. No! Okay, good. I saw him and I was able to get away. A Juggernaut who apparently thinks he can catch me. But yeah, the Chaos Emeralds, no, there are no Chaos Emeralds in State of Decay. If there were, though, I guarantee you that they would be mine. I would absolutely obtain all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds and become super Get Good Fox. Okay, so we've revealed everything here. We just need to go south. The point, though, as I was saying earlier, is that what we need in State of Decay is just some additional content to the core game that actually changes the way you play. The thing is, like, they could have a type of end game. Normally when you think of end game, you think of like some type of really long-term objective that you're looking for to kind of like polish everything off to get like really good stuff. And the thing is, they do have that. They have characters with traits that have extremely powerful effects, like indefatigable, unbreakable, immortal, stuff like that. Those could be endgame skills if they provided some way to target them, rather than just recruiting millions of survivors until you just happen to get the magic roll where you get it. They could add in some way to scrub negative skills. Like, one of the things I think people absolutely would play the game for is to polish up their community and make it as perfect as possible. On one hand, that's kind of like not really what State of Decay is about. It's about being imperfect. But at the same time, you know, you still need some kind of end game. And they do have the makings of it. They have things that could become an end game. We're gonna swing by our grumpy neighbors and see what they want, and then we will go... Oh. How you guys doing? Oh, he doesn't sound too happy to see me. Oh, that guy gassed himself. That means he's a Red Talon guy. And that means he has an Echo S5. How is he not dead? Okay, so that means those guys are possibly a mysterious... those guys could be the objective to a mysterious quest. I'm glad he didn't hit my vehicle. That would suck to get bloater gas in my vehicle. I mean, I could tank the damage, but...
We struggled today, so someone doesn't have to tomorrow.
Oh, the other point I want to make is that I do think it has to be a combo of things, though. Like, even the map. I know a lot of people want a map, but the map alone will not be enough, because it won't take you that long to honestly completely explore the map, and then be kind of, oh, we need another new map.
Alright.
I assure you, it won't take long to get to that point. So, the new map, I still think should happen, absolutely, but it needs to happen in addition to some of the other things.
Will in some small way say thank you for the sheriff's ingenuity and courage in keeping our town safe. You folks mind helping us out?
Maybe next time, in the next episode, I will give you guys a hand. You know what, maybe the Rouse protocols are coming back. Maybe I'm going to be nice to people for a change.
I got a feeling you and me can do business. Okay.
All right. I don't know why we bought his stuff. We just bought it just because why not? We need to upgrade this. Let's start adding some things in. CNC mill. Fireworks. I guess we'll do this, the food dehydrator. I mean, why not? No more manpower, so can't do anything about that. So now that we have this base, one of the things it does do is it allows us to level our characters up a lot faster, so theoretically we should try to recruit some people. Maybe what we should do in this town is try to get some new characters. I'm not sure. Because that would be the best way to take advantage of this base's effects.
I think we're gonna be okay for a while.
Terrible aim. There we go. Oh, overshot.
Time to reload.
I like this gun a lot. I want to get him so bad. Ah! I don't know why, it's very cathartic just picking these guys off at a really long distance. All I need is gunslinging, because it does take a moment to reload the weapon. You could just stand on a rock like that? Jeez. Who do you think you are? Oh, look at these screamers.
That shut you the fuck
Got
up.
him. You want to come investigate?
Are there any helpful people in the area? I could use an assist.
Okay. Enough messing around. Oh, let's put some of this stuff away. Oh, we can't fit any of that. That's annoying. I guess we'll figure it out later.
I'd feel better about where we are if it hadn't been so ugly getting here.
What do you mean? It wasn't that ugly getting here? I think he's just being a complainer, to be honest. So this is where we're gonna log out because we get this awesome, like, tower. It's super cool. I really like it. Plus, I mean, like I said, just what an amazing field of fire we get.
I need more personal space around here like yesterday.
Like, I could easily just spend a lot of time just sniping zombies up here.
Careful, don't breathe any of that.
But yeah, that's what we're worried about at this distance. This is such a good gun. Oh, juggernauts. Well, let me not go for headshots on these guys. Let's just take them out. Oh, the pyro launcher won't make it. It'll explode in midair. Yeah, it won't make it. Oh, that stinks. That stinks. I want to get those ferals so bad at this super long range. Oh man, that was close. Oh my god, that was also really close. Ah, I hit his shoulder. They're getting in the way now. Oh, they're all clustering up. What is this, like a defensive strategy? What is this crap?
We've run out of places to keep our stuff.
Oh my god, so many of these look like they would be hits.
Damn, I'm good.
Gotcha! Oh, his head goes a little lower than I thought. Oh, I nicked him. Oh, I got his buddy. Oh! Ooh. Got him that time. Like I said, I do like the sniper shot from here.
Done, I'm out.
Anyways, I've wasted enough time. Okay, that's the end of this episode. We moved in, built up the base, not completely built, scouted everything. Tomorrow we'll probably mess around with the neighbors a little bit. You know how it goes. But that's the end of this episode. Like this video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future State of K2 content. Of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.